Hey guys, Foxitor. Welcome to week 5 of the Insane Draft League, the NDL. I am Foxitor, your coach of the Dutch Jupiter, and we are going up against Sallymumble and the Austin Tauros. So first we're going to take a look at his team, at the mons he can bring, then I'll switch over to my team, and then you're going to get to see the battle. I will put a stamp in the description, and I'll also leave it on screen when the battle will begin, if you do want to skip the team builder. So looking at his team, he will be able to bring Darmanas and Clefable, Silvally, Blissey, Snorlax, Claydol, Gastrodon, Rotom, Alakazam, Doublade, and Shuckle. Okay, my Siri just turned on, really sorry. Okay, so Darmanas, extremely dangerous, really nice speed stat at 95, a really high attack stat at 140 with Gorilla Tactics. So by default, it has a choice band. It can run a choice band on top of that. It can run a scarf as well, and with that base 140 attack by default, it's really dangerous. I definitely think he brings this. Clefable, a mon I really wanted. Stat-wise, not really that impressive, but it does get really nice abilities in Magic Guard and Unaware even. With Magic Guard, you can run Life Orb with it. You can run it really defensive with leftovers. It gets really solid recovery and soft boil. So Clefable also definitely a mon I think he brings. Moving on, Silvally, probably the most unpredictable Pokemon on his team because he can bring any type of Silvally. So Silvally has 95 in each stat, meaning it doesn't shine in anything, but it's really solid in about everything. You can run it offensive with multi-attack. Multi-attack has a really high base damage stat with 120, and it will turn into the type that you're holding. So Silvally, I really think he could bring, he could definitely bring defensive Silvally like Grass or Water as well, or Dragon maybe, just to have it as a switch in against my Dracovish, which could work. Blissey, about the most annoying mon in the world. It has 255 HP with 135 SpDef, meaning it's probably the best specially defensive wall there is. It can't do much of anything else. 75 special attack ain't bad, but of course 10 defense and 10 attack is absolutely abysmal, and it's not really that fast as well. So it's just, if we break through this mon, it'll be great. So I definitely do think he brings this. Snorlax, in my opinion, a worse version of Blissey when looking at his team. 160 HP with 110 SpDef is really solid, but Snorlax is the more offensive variant in this case, with also that 110 attack stat. He can bring Curse Lax. He can just he can bring Belly Drum Lax if he wants, but I don't think it's really good against me. I don't think he brings Snorlax. I don't see it putting in too much work against me, and Dracovish puts in too much work against it, so not too afraid of it. He has Claydol. Now, to be honest, I don't really know what Claydol does. It gets Levitate as its only ability, so it's immune to those ground type moves. It has 1-5 defense, 120 SpDef, and 60 HP, so most likely ran as a really defensive mon. It can set Stealth Rock, all that kind of stuff. However, in the face of a Dracovish, I don't really think he brings it, so not too phased out by Claydol. He has Gastrodon, which I definitely think he brings. Really annoying one. 82 defense and 68 defense with 82 SpDef. Not that great, with a 111 HP stat. You can run it as SpDef, you can run it PhysDef. Really annoying with the Storm Drain. It can get a +1 to its special attack if you hit it with a water move. It also makes it immune to those vicious rents, so I definitely think he has to bring Gastrodon for if I bring my Dracovish. Rotom, it can defog, it can be run offensively maybe, but it's mostly run as a utility mon. It has the most useless ability in Levitate, whilst also being a flying type, so I think that's kind of ironic. I don't really think he brings it. It could be good maybe, as a nice defogger maybe, but I don't think he brings it. Alakazam, I definitely think he brings. Really solid, speedy, offensive mon, about the most solid definition of a glass cannon. With Magic Guard, it can come on Stealth Rocks and not take damage. So it's very solid if you run it with a Focus Sash as well. especially if you remove everything that's faster than it on the field. You can even go for a nasty plot and then just sweep. So you can also run it with Life Orb. However, I do think Focus Sash is a more useful set. So pretty afraid of Alakazam. It hits pretty hard against my team. However, I do have some nice, especially defensive walls I can bring against it. So, but I definitely do think he brings it. Doublade is really, really annoying. Like a secondary evolution, like in the evolution line with 150 defense and 110 attack by default is just amazing. Most likely run with a Violite. It can be offensive with Sword Stance. It's really physically bulky, a little specially bulky, but not too specially bulky. The only mon I really have for this is Pelipper. Like, it hits every mon on my team, and not a lot of ones I have actually do too much against it. So Doublade is kind of a problem, not gonna lie. And yeah, Shuckle, really high Spadef and defense stats, but all the other stats are just abysmal, even its HP stat. So most likely brought as a sticky webber, as a stealth rocker, that kind of stuff. Really not too scared by it. I have some really decent hazard removal, and I don't think it actually puts in a lot of work against me. So I don't think he brings it. So I'm gonna switch over to my team real quickly, which will be this team. So as you may notice from the get-go, I don't bring Dracovish for the first time in the NDL, which is scary, but I also do think I can quite justify it. So we're running Virizion with the Choice Scarf with enough in speed to outspeed a max speed Jolly Choice Scarf Manatan. So my Virizion guaranteed outspeeds it. It has CC, Leaf Blade, Stone Edge, and Raw. Raw primarily because I don't need any other moves. Like, I need CC and Leaf Blade for nice stab coverage. I need Stone Edge, I believe, for the Rotom Fan if he brings it. I was thinking about running Mega Horn against this Alakazam, but even then, Leaf Blade also OHKOs or does enough damage. So and Mega Horn can miss. So really don't need too much more. So Raw, maybe if he wants to set up with him on, I can roar it out, which is great. So Virizion, I think, is a very solid one against this team. Pelipper, as I said, my only good switch into Doublade, I mean CC, Iron Head, and Shadow Sneak all don't do too much to me. I bring Defox, Skull, Toxic, and Roost with the heavy duty boots. So I can just comment on rocks, defog them away. I can Scald as my main form of stat, maybe burn some physical attackers on the way. Toxic maybe for the Gastrodon to chip down on that, because otherwise I don't have a lot for it, and Roost to keep myself healthy. Toxicity is really good in this matchup in my opinion. I bring this time the Shift Gear set, so the Shift Gear, Drain Punch, Sludge Wave, and Overdrive with the Life Orb. Shift Gear boosts my speed and my attack. Drain Punch makes sure I can stay healthy. And then I have Sludge Wave and Overdrive boosted by the Punk Rock. I have 212 in special attack and 68 in attack. So I can deal quite the punch with 228 in speed to outspeed a potentially max speed Clefable, even though I don't think he brings it. So yeah, Toxicity can really put in work if I am able to remove the Gastrodon from the field. Kyurem is going to be really helpful in removing that Gastrodon with the Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Draco Meteor, and Earth Power. I bring Choice Spectre on it to deal a lot of damage. Only problem is it does get kind of walled by Blissey, so I do need other mons to chip down on Blissey before I'm able to take it out. But Kyurem, in my opinion, a really solid bring. First, this spot was taken up by Dracovish, but then I noticed that I really have nothing to deal with the Gastrodon, so I switched that for Kyurem. Jirachi bringing quite a standard side: Wish, Protect, Iron Head, Body Slam. Body Slam to paralyze, Iron Head to flinch, and Wish and Protect to stay healthy, but also of course to keep team members healthy. We're running max HP, max Spadef, since this is my best switch into Alakazam. So Jirachi is going to be a special wall this week, and we're running leftovers to get some small little bits of recovery back. We're bringing Chopelberry Avalok this week. mainly for his Damanitan. Like, the big moves he can hit me with are Flare Blitz and Superpower. However, I have Rain up most of the time, so Flare Blitz won't do too much, and then I have Chople Berry to weaken the power of Superpower if he brings it, and I can then KO it in return with Body Press. So running, I think, the same set as I'm running like each week is Body Press, Rapid Spin, Avalanche, and Recover. Recover really nice to stay healthy. So yeah, that's the team I'm bringing. First I thought about bringing Dracovish, however I don't think it puts in too much work against his team. In rain though, it does hit hard, but the Gastrodon is just so solid, and my my outrages, like Choice Scarf outrages, don't deal enough to Gastrodon to actually catch him on a switch. So I think this team is going to put in a lot of work. So let's hop into the battle and see how it does.
Oh boys, let's go. We're battling Sally. Oh, he helped me so much with setting up the whole thing, the whole land timer. So really thankful to him for that. He basically brought what I thought it was going to bring, which is really good. Scariously on his, but I think his Darmanitan is Scarfed. I'd be amazed if it's not, but I think it's Scarfed. My Virizion is Scarfed and Eevee to outspeed it. So I think leading Virizion is kind of my safest play here, because I think it's the only thing that outspeeds him if it's Scarfed. So I think I have to lead Virizion here almost every day of the week, even this day of the week. So yeah, I think I have to do that. What could go wrong if I do this? I'm not phased out by anything really. Doublade is so annoying. I'm really happy I brought Pelipper, because Pelipper is basically my only thing I have for Doublade. What could go wrong if I do this? I have to do this. I think I'm forced to do this. So yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. We're recording, right? It would be a shame if we're not. We're recording. I hope I have enough storage. I do, I think. Okay, let's grab the Calc as well. First time battling with Land Timer. Okay, he brings in Dom. Okay, that's what I expected. I'm just gonna go for the close combat here. If I don't, I might get punished really heavily, and that's not what I want. So yeah, we're just gonna click close combat and not think about it. I still have Roar in this set. Like, Virizion only really needs 3 moves against his team. I thought about running Mega Horn for Zam, but to be honest, like, Leaf Blade one-shots it, I think. I expect if it's like Sash. And Mega Horn can miss, so there's really not any use in running it, so we're running a Roar. He switches out, that's great, into Clefable. Clefable's going to be able to eat that hit really well. CC. Let's go, let's see what this does. 25%, I have to guess 20% maybe? So if I put in my Virizion against like Clef, we can see if it's like max defense. CC does about 20% max, I think. So this it should be max defense. What is my best switch in for this? I think either Jirachi. Jirachi is fully specially defensive, so that's really nice. Or we could go Toxtricity. But I think going Jirachi is fine, should be fine. We can Paraflinch it to death. Possibly, I want to save Toxtricity for later, so we're going Jirachi, I think. Jirachi. Very nice, shiny Jirachi. Okay, he goes for Stealth Rock. That's fine. I have Defog on Pelipper and Rapid Spin on Avalok. He has lefties, which is great. What I can go for now is I can go for a Body Slam, try to paralyze anything, which would be great. What if he switches in like... It's also not a disaster if he switches in the Doublade. I have Pelipper for that. Doublade can't do anything against Pelipper, to be honest. It has Roost, it's max defense. I set up the Rain, which protects my Jirachi, protects my Avalok. So it protects my Virizion. So that's all really nice. Let's see if we can get a para on something. Blissey, okay, Blissey probably is natural cure, so that wouldn't really matter too much. If we get a para, we do get the para, okay, great. Okay, let's see what we can do against this Blissey. I can either go Tox or I can go Virizion. I don't want to get parried on the Virizion though, so I might have to go Toxtricity now. Because I don't think Blissey can do anything against it. I can also just try to Paraflinch this to death. It's not too big of a deal. Okay, he goes into Doublade. Okay, that's all cool. This is my cue to go into Pelipper. I don't think Doublade has any like recovery moves, so any bit of damage we get on this is all fine by me. I go into Pelipper every day of the week. What's this thing called? Doublade? Level 50 against my Pelipper. So yeah, Scald in the rain does a ton. He doesn't really have anything to hurt me, I think. Yeah. Not looking too bad, not looking too shabby. Drizzle. He Shadow Sneaks, that's all fine. Shouldn't do too much. Okay, great. We can defog the rocks away, I think. Yeah, we definitely have the opportunity to do that now. I think he switched out the Doublade. It's probably like really defensively bulky, so he does switch out. I expect the Gastrodon to come in, yes. Okay, what does Gastrodon do against a Pelipper though? That's my question, because I don't think Gastrodon has a lot to hit a Pelipper. Gastrodon, what's his Fizz Def? Level 50. Skull does something, but I think I'm faster and I can land a Toxic on this thing, which is great, because my team really struggles with Gastro. Like even Dracovish, Outrage does nothing to a Gastro and it gets recovery, which is really annoying. He Toxics me in return. So I might go for a Roost and then switch out. Toxic on Pelipper is not that big a deal. It's annoying. Things could be worse. I'd rather have it on the Pelipper than on the Virizion. So let's go for a Roost and then we'll get up out of here. I could go into Kyurem. Kyurem is Specs, and a Specs Freeze Dry is gonna hit everything on his team, I think. Like, except for the Blissey. So he has a very safe switch into Blissey there. He Scalds, shouldn't do too much. Like in the rain though. That's why it does so much. He has lefties. Okay. Let's see. I think the damage he's doing to me is way worse than the damage I'm doing to him. So we are gonna switch out. I don't want to switch out into Aramis because I don't want to get burned on that. So we're gonna go into Cutie here and go for a Freeze Dry and something. I really hope he doesn't go into Blissey. Maybe he fears I'm physical. However, the fact I'm going into this against a Gastrodon may kind of reveal that I'm special already because of the Freeze Dry. The rain stopped, that's great. Well, it's not great, but it's not too bad either. Now his Scalds will hurt less. Okay, let's see what is a Kyurem. Let's go Kyurem Cutie against a Blissey. Teleport, let's say up 50. Like Draco does 40%, which is great. Let's go for a Freeze Dry first time. First time I'm against the Gastro, I want to go for a Freeze Dry. We see the Blissey, okay, sure thing. Please freeze. That's a crit. Freeze? No. Ha, too bad. I don't want to get paralyzed on this or anything, so I'm just going to go into Jirachi probably again. I could also go into Toxtricity. How much does Toxtricity Drain Punch do against this? Toxtricity Drain Punch against the Blissey does 45%. I'm going to go into Tox, I think. Like Blissey shouldn't have anything that hurts me too majorly. He soft boils, okay, that's understandable. I don't know if he expects the Drain Punch, so I might just actually go for one. First Drain Punch, then Shift Gear. That sounds okay. First Drain Punch, then Shift Gear. Because he may expect me to be special. Okay, that does not enough. It teleports out. Okay, we have big damage on Blissey. That means if I go for a Draco maybe and get like he can't switch in Blissey on what's it called anymore? On Kyurem. He can't switch it in anymore. He goes into Zam. Okay, great. I have Jirachi for this purpose only, because Jirachi does really good against Alakazam. It's fully especially defensive. So that is my switch in of choice. So let's just see what he does here. I'd love to power this thing. I really would. But I do think that if I switch in the Jirachi, he will just switch into Doublade, which is all fine by me. Okay, Psychics, that doesn't hurt too much. Doesn't hurt at all. Jirachi, what a beast. Okay, I do want to go for the Body Slam one turn. Next time I'll find myself in this position, I'll probably do something different, make a prediction. But now I just want to go for the Body Slam. If I power this thing, it'll be so much less of a nuisance. Also, if it's Sash, it will be broken. So that's all great. If he doesn't switch in the Doublade right here, something's getting powered. But he does send in the Doublade. Body Slam doesn't affect. I could flinch this thing to death. However, I am afraid of the damage it deals. So I might just switch into Pelipper again. Probably Roost. As he switches into Gastrodon, I go into Kyurem, and then I can freely Freeze Dry, because Blissey can't take 2 anymore. Kyurem against Blissey. Yeah, Freeze Dry does 22%. Okay, then maybe I should go for a Draco or an Ice Beam. But I do know for sure that I Roost this turn, because I do want to kind of preserve my Pelipper a bit. It's my only good switch in against Doublade, especially if it's Sword Stance. I can, by the way, not flinch the Doublade's death because it has Shadow Sneak. Okay, so he does, I bet it's it's Blissey, okay. He saw this as a really well opportunity to soft boil up, so he saw that very well. I think we're gonna have a lot of trouble breaking this Blissey. Not gonna lie. He soft boils definitely this turn, so I can go safely into Aramis. If he doesn't soft boil here, well, yeah, he has to. Okay, he does his switch into this Doublade. So I do want to make a predictive switch. Into how much does Kyurem do to Doublade? Doublade, Sword Stance, level 50. Like Earth Power does a lot. So I do want to make a switch into Kyurem here. Play a little bit more aggressively. because Double does not take special hits really well. Going into Clefable. Oh, okay, he made that switch really well. What if I switch into Toxtricity? I shouldn't do too much against Clef. Oh, 50. Ice Beam does 73%. That's not enough in my opinion. I should get on out of here. So I am gonna go into Toxtricity here. And I do want to go for a shift gear here, I think. He does make the switch into Blissey. Okay, great. I want to go for a shift gear here. The only thing he has against it is Gastro, and I really want him to switch in the Gastro because I want damage on it. Let's go for a shift gear. Can't hurt. I don't think he stays in with the Blissey because I have Drain Punch. Okay, now my Dream Punches do over half, which means he can't soft boil them off. He teleports. Okay, his only switching for this reasonably is what's it called? Either Doublade, which can't hurt me a lot, or the Gastro. Gastro, I think, is his best play here. He goes into Zam. Okay, it's probably Sash. I do not want to lose my We're kind of just playing around each other, which I find annoying, as mainly because he has such good walls in Doublade and Blissey. He Psychics me, that's all good. He shouldn't stay in, he should go into Doublade. On the Doublade, I do again want to go into Kyurem. Like, I made that play before. Was it on this mon? I don't think it was on this mon. But I do want to make the play into Kyurem, because that's the only thing that kind of like threatens a lot. Do I want to do that? Ooh, this is annoying. It's so annoying. Let's go Kyurem. Okay, he goes into Doublade, that's great. I do want to try and land the Draco on the Blissey. Or should I go for the Earth Power? Maybe he thinks he can stay in. Like, I don't want to predict too much, because if you predict too much, you'll just get caught at some point, and it'll cost you. He goes Blissey. Okay, his Blissey is at full again because of the soft boil he pulled out last time. It's so annoying. I can kind of save the Jirachi. The thing just is we are not making a lot of progress. These seismic toxins, that's all great. He's definitely gonna switch. I might pull off a wish. I can switch into Pelipper. Pelipper kinda needs a wish right now. Okay, we're wishing. We're switching into Pelipper definitely this turn. I just want to be in a position where I have my Kyurem in against his Gastrodon. He shadow sneaks, that's fine. Okay, I switch into Kyurem, predicting him to switch into his Gastro. My Kyurem against... I just want to know how much I do to his Blissey. He just goes into Blissey immediately. It's so annoying. His Blissey is such a pain. It is such a pain. He'll probably go Jirachi here. This is such an annoying position. I can't break his Blissey. He has switch-ins for everything. And so do I, because we're kind of stuck in this loop here, where we're not really gaining ground. Like, he can teleport out with his Blissey, which is really smart. Maybe I should have just Draco'd. Draco could have gotten like 42% max on his Blissey, meaning that if he doesn't play it well, he can't switch into like another Draco anymore. He goes into Dom, okay. Like, I don't know what move he's gonna go for, but I am gonna go into Avalok every time here. It has Chopal, so I can take a superpower. It's in the range, so I can take a Flare Blitz, and I can KO it and return with Body Press. He U-turns, okay, very smart. He kind of has the momentum here, because he has like a U-turn on the Dom and teleport on the Blissey. He goes into Clef, okay, that's smart. I do need to find a way to put myself in a good position, because I go into Jirachi here again. Like, Avalok takes way too much from special attacks, whilst Jirachi can handle them quite nicely. Let's just go for Moonblast here. Stealth Rock, okay. Sure thing. Rain stops again. Should I just go for the body body slam? Like, does he go into double it every time? Like, there's probably no down for him to going into double it though. I do feel really like stressed by the timer, even though we're like doing a longer timer now. Okay, he's gonna Shadow Sneak again. There's no point in staying in with Jirachi, so I have to switch it into Pelipper. Like, last couple turns, he didn't switch into Gastro when he could. But I don't want to give Gastro like a special attack boost. He subs, okay, I have to Scald here. 100%. Like, he can set up Swords Dances behind subs. Like, the most damage that I've done to his Pokemon is like the sub he just put up himself. So we do have to Scald here. I don't know what move he's gonna go for. He could go for a Swords Dance. I don't think that brings him a lot, because Scald in the rain kinda does a lot. And I don't think he's in a position to sweep me. So I do go for another Scald. I can't have him subbing on me again. So I do Scald it again. He goes into Gastro here, right? Goes into Blissey. Okay, nice. We got damage on the Blissey. However, he can just like soft boil this off again. Maybe I go for another Toxic. I don't know. I might want to go for Roost as well, because Pelipper is getting low again. Okay, so the Toxic is, in the end, really annoying on Pelipper. I constantly have to Roost. He teleports, right? He Seismic tosses. Okay, that's great. I probably end up with more damage on my Pelipper than before the Roost. Yeah, okay, so I do have to switch out here. I think he's going to Seismic Toss again. My best play probably is going into... I can go into Toxtricity and then not go for a Drain Punch, but like for an Overdrive maybe. Because it is a live up Overdrive, and whatever he wants to switch in, last time he switched in the Zam, it is gonna hurt. Okay, so I do want to go for an Overdrive here, because that really hurts his Alakazam if he wants to switch it in right here. I think switching in Toxtricity Smart is probably the way I gain damage on his Mons. Oh, he stayed in. That's annoying. Does he soft boil? He teleports. Okay, great. Blissey is low. That's what we need. That's what we need in this game. I should have like Dream Punched. However, I did predict him to switch here. If I Dream Punch, I would have gained so much health. Okay, time to go into Jirachi again. Oh, what's my timer at? I do like... I think we're just doing like the person who runs out of time first probably just loses. Especially since we're like in this position where no one's really dealing damage, and this is gonna go on forever. His team is so bulky. Like he has such good switch-ins for everything, like Doublade and Blissey. So annoying. He just Psychics here, I guess. He Shadow Balls, predicts my Jirachi. Shouldn't hurt too much. Realistically, yeah. Okay, great. I do want to go for a Body Slam here. If he gets cocky, wants to stay in. I do want to para him, break his potential stash. Okay, he doesn't. Ah, too bad though. He sends in Blissey. Okay, Blissey, please get paralyzed. Please get paralyzed. I'm gonna para flinch you to absolute death. Yes, please. Okay, nice. We're making progress. Like, we're not making progress if he actually snaps out of the paralyzed and the flinch. But I want to get rid of his Blissey so bad. Okay, he does need to switch. He goes Doublade, I guess. Yes, Doublade. Okay. My laptop is making so much noise. Okay, we're getting slow damage on the Doublade as well, which is great. I do switch in Pelipper here, even though Pelipper's getting really low. So that's annoying. However, Pelipper's not my only decent switch in for Doublade. Like if he's smart, he subs again. He Shadow Sneaks. Okay, amazing. That gives me the opportunity to at least Roost. Because even if he goes for the sub here, it's not the end of the world. I'm faster than him. Please don't go Blissey. Okay, he goes Gastro. Great. Absolutely amazing. Now I can get in my Kyurem, just launch a Freeze Ray at anything. Blissey can't take two. Like, if I get rid of his Blissey alone, like, it's gonna make so much progress. Like, his Blissey is such a great switch in to, like, all my special attackers. So I do want to take this opportunity to switch in my Hiram, even though I think rocks are up, which is annoying. I should have defogged them away. Should I have defogged this turn? I can always wish into Hiram. And I don't think Nikio or an Earth Power will take me out from like a Fizdaf Gastro. But it does suck that I have to take so much damage. He goes for Scald. Okay, a burn doesn't matter, it shouldn't do too much. Okay, it's in a ring. It does more than expected. And he does get the burn. Unfortunate, not the end of the world, since I am special attacker. And I do want to go for the freeze right here. Blissey shouldn't be able to take 2. So it's just gonna be a freeze right here. I do feel like we're making some kind of progress. I don't know if it's in his favor or in mine, but we are making progress. Yes, we get rid of the Gastro. Okay, great. He can't switch in the Blissey, I think. Well, he can now, I think. Because they should be able to eat 1 and then recover. Or soft boil. So that is a shame. But at least we got rid of his Gastro, okay? That has to mean something. That means we don't have to be afraid of it switching in to a Scald, getting a special attack boost. He switches in Dom, okay. If he's smart, he U-turns out, but I do go into what's it called here, into Avalugg, because I should still be able to take like a superpower, to take 2 superpowers and 2 flare blitzes, since it's still in rain. And if Avalugg does end up dying, ooh, rocks are annoying. I might not be able to take what I thought I would be able to take. Okay, he goes for Icicle Crash, that's great. Okay, if he doesn't flinch me, I can kill him with Body Press, but maybe it's smarter to go for a Recover. Because I do feel that Avalugg is useful here. And I do also feel that he switches out into Double 8. So I do want to take this opportunity to just go for a Recover here. Yes, he does withdraw. Okay. Clefable. Okay, let's think what is the best move to make here. Definitely not to stay in. Okay, I do need to get rocks away at some point. I might want to switch into Jirachi. Yeah, I do want to switch into Jirachi because Toxicity is way too low, and so is Kiram. And this might be an opportunity to get a wish into either of them. Or if he deals like a lot of damage here, which I don't think he will. He knocks off my lefties. Okay. Not too bad. I can go for a wish here. Either into myself, which will be useful, or into someone else. Rocks are really a problem. So I wish here, probably into Pelipper, all things considered. Yeah, I do go into Pelipper here. And like, I take that opportunity to defog because rocks are really hurting my team.
Hey guys, so this part of the video I'm just gonna speed up real quick, because you're gonna see we're gonna get stuck in this loop where I keep on switching Pelipper into his Double 8. He switches in Clefable into my Pelipper, I switch in Jirachi to his Clefable, and this goes on and on. I think he tries to set up a Swords Dance one time, he sets up rocks, I defog them away,
I skull into his Clefable. A lot of different stuff happens, but none of us are gaining progress. I'm not dealing too much damage to the Doublade. I'm dealing almost no damage to the Clefable. He can soft boil it off. I can roost with my Pelipper. I keep on wishing into my Pelipper. So none of us are really gaining ground here. And this kind of continues until the game ends. So what I decided to do is, the rules state that a timer win counts. Now I really don't like to take a win by timer, but since it took so long for us to even get here, it would be really difficult to recreate this entire situation, and even then we're probably going to get stuck in the same loop again. Like, even in big leagues such as the WBE, taking a win after playing a game of a land timer is just standard procedure. So I will take this win against Sallymumble this week. If we would have been in this situation after a 20-minute game, or if the game would have been heavily in his favor, I would not have done this because I don't think that's fair. However, we're not both really in a winning or losing position. I have one more than him, and he ran out of his timer quickly than I did. So I am going to take this timer win right here. So sorry that this video was kind of boring maybe, and the playing style was kind of passive, since we both had really good switch-ins to each other. But let's hope next week is going to be a little bit more exciting. So see you then. Peace.